Okay. I'll call the meeting to order. Roll call.
Kyle.
Here.
Larry.
Here.
Scott.
Here.
Mark.
Here.
Brian.
Here.
Danielle.
Here.
Jeremy.
He won't be here.
Greg.
Here.
Jim.
He's not here either.
We have a quorum.
Okay, pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, I've got proof of publication here for the two of them, one for the special meeting and one for the redevelopment, published in the Daily Record. Anyone desiring to speak on any item or issue is not on the agenda, or any item on the agenda that does not include a public hearing may do so, but should be limited to 3 minutes. Persons should identify themselves by name and address. Persons speaking should not expect the Planning Commission to engage in back and forth dialogue regarding their comments. Unless an agenda item includes a public hearing, no person may speak during the business portion of the meeting. Provided, however, persons speaking during the public hearing are limited to between 5 and 20 minutes. The public is advised that a copy of the Open Meeting Act is located on the north wall of the council chamber, and one copy of the reproducible written material to be discussed at this meeting is available for examination or copying. I'd ask for a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll make that motion.
Brian, okay.
I'll second.
Kyle? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same? Okay, the consent agenda. I know you just got the minutes. You've had a chance to look at them. I'd ask for a motion for any additions, corrections, or approval.
I'd make a motion to approve.
Brian? Second?
Second.
Mark? Okay, public hearing, recommend Providence Global LLC redevelopment plan. I'll open the public hearing. Public comments, proposals, proponents or opponents? All at once, not all at once, no. There not being any, I guess I'll close the public hearing. Discussion and questions by planning commission members. When are you guys gonna, no, I know you're not. Oh, Andrew, okay.
Okay, so what we're here on today is the Catalina Commercial Redevelopment Plan, which you all have a copy of. What Plan Commission's role today is to review that redevelopment plan and determine that it's in compliance with the city's comprehensive development plan and the future land use map. As you recall, we have recently amended the future land use map to align with this project. That has been through council and was approved at the council meeting in October. So for purposes of your review, the future land use map is in line with redevelopment plan as proposed. So we would ask that you review and then you make your recommendation to the CDA and to council as to the approval of this redevelopment plan. I'm happy to answer any questions. Redeveloper couldn't be here today, but we've obviously been back and forth with them a lot, so I can address any concerns.
Any questions for Andrea? No, we've kind of seen these before, but
Yeah. My only question would be, Arun, because of the timing every 2 years, the changing of our codes, zoning, things like that, obviously you don't foresee any kind of a problem with if something comes up with.
No, all of this with the future land use map has been, which our future land use map has been around since Keith Marvin did it way before my time, I think 2008. So this all, I mean,
Aligns with that.
yeah, there's nothing in here that I'm thinking, well, hold on a second, it all matches with everything we have in the zoning, everything we have in there. So nothing that would change with code or ordinance, so.
And this map, Exhibit 2, this is pretty much exactly what we approved for the preliminary, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like that's changed at all
No.
as far as
No,
lots and street and,
no, the commercial has stayed, I think, yeah, I mean, the
Yeah.
commercial has stayed throughout.
Yeah.
It aligns with the preliminary plat and the final plat that you guys have seen.
Unless somebody wants to come in and buy 2 lots and put them together,
The preliminary
Which-
plat that
it's
you're.
why it's preliminary.
Yeah, if they want to, they can down the road, of
You're
course.
right. To clarify, you haven't seen the final plat on this portion because this is a later phase, but you've seen the preliminary plat.
So this, it's kind of hard to understand because it's just a little piece of the big picture.
Hold on, Greg.
Oh, you have a bigger one?
Oh, yes.
Now, this is the only thing that tips them.
Yeah, so that's the other
Just have
thing.
a couple questions.
Yeah, so the TIF portion is only the commercial portion. We did, there's a cost benefit analysis that goes along with this, which is not, I mean, planning, you have it, I emailed it out to you. It's not really pertinent to your decision today as to the compliance with future land use map, but for your information, we did kind of look at what the whole project is gonna do to the school district and the fire department as part of that cost benefit analysis, including the new residential. We felt we couldn't really just focus on the commercial to make that cost benefit work.
So my question is, at what point will the road off of Meigs come in there as opposed to, or is all the construction gonna be happening on 264?
Yeah.
Because I see they're dumping out onto 264. That's already there. Is this other road down here on Meigs gonna be part of the same project to get into there?
So this is their phase 1, and from what they told us is, part of their phase 1 is getting this street here and then the residential done first with all the streets off of here, and then, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like they said they were gonna go up to about here depending on
Okay.
their phasing and,
So the residential's gonna start before the commercial?
correct.
Okay.
Correct, yeah, so this road and then all these 1, 2,
No, just phase 1 only.
just, oh, sorry, just phase 1. So this entrance here, Greg, and then this entrance here, so they can reach all of, phase 1 is only,
Yeah.
well, the lake, but
Lake south.
that's pretty much, yeah, it's right, this little section.
I think they think the residential obviously will drive some of the commercial
They need more rooftops.
Yeah,
and get that Runze in there that I want. Which would be way too close for me.
Make sure you put it in the minutes.
Okay, that's the only thing I wondered. And I think I asked before, 264, they're planning to improve that, because right now it's gravel.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is a $70 million project over, well, it's 2026 to, I think, 2033, is it just?
For just the commercial.
Just for the commercial?
yeah, not including,
Yeah.
yeah, correct. Yeah, ish, their numbers that they gave me, in my opinion, seemed a little low.
It'll take them a lot longer than what they're saying.
And, well, and
Well,
they're,
it just depends, look at,
it depends, the numbers that they gave us for valuation seemed a little low. Just, they talked about an indoor sports complex and the number they threw out was 6 million. They're a lot more than that, but they just gave us, I think, conservative numbers, which is nice, that's what I like to estimate off of, and that's where that 70 or 79 million or whatever.
it's 70 million.
Yeah, so I think their numbers were, and of course, construction costs are gonna always go up. I mean, Brian, they never go down, so.
Where would an indoor sports complex be?
They've talked about this a
Okay,
lot,
down there.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, until EAA finally pulls the trigger and buys the, or, does that, but this is the kind of
Okay.
said that one, maybe these two, depending, I mean,
Who writes a check?
Yeah.
Well, if this, I'm sure they'll go in and build some houses, there'll be some specs in there. And if it takes off like Flatwater and Blue Water and some of those, it'd be amazing.
well, and as a reminder, we talked about it, row homes, they said the average price, sell price $250 for those. Townhome duplexes, $325, single families for $450. the per lot price that they're charging, that they told me to make the numbers work, is half of what other people are charging for a very similar lot. So that number, 450, sounds crazy on the low end, but from what I heard, what they want to charge per lot, there's a chance. I mean,
Well, that's why they're doing an SID on that.
right, right. So they'll be able to provide, I use the word affordable, but you can't get a new home here for less than 7 unless you're doing it tomorrow. Which are about 4, probably.
Yeah,
So,
so the faster they get going, the better chance it gets rooftops.
right.
And the lakes, quite a bit of the lake's done, I think. They were pulling dirt out the other day to putting in 4 more baseball fields.
Yeah, I drove down there to check. They're putting these 4 in, those 4 are in, that's done, and all the soccer field's done. And this parking lot's done to about here, but they're digging and doing all the stuff for this 4 or quad field, whatever, right here as we speak. I didn't see any dirt moving here yet, but that one's definitely under
There was
construction.
young people down there the other afternoon, evening, with long johns on. And they got lights and everything down there, so it's pretty cool.
Mhm.
Any other questions, Greg or Andrea?
I've got just a general question, not specific to this project, but I'm just interested if the city has kind of a running tab on all the TIF financing the community's done. I mean, it's something I'd really like to see. Because we have, I mean, we still have a lot of undeveloped ground that is probably gonna request TIF financing too. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious where we're at
Yep.
on reaching our limit of TIF financing.
Yeah, so there's a couple things to consider there. The percentage of ground that we can blight
Yeah.
is a certain percentage, and we have room there. And then I can certainly put together, and I have put together, the current projects that are under, so Valley Shores came off, Menards came off. So
Yeah.
the 2 current are Mallard and Blue Water. And those are phased, I'm sure you remember, those are both rolling tips. And they start coming off, Mallard starts coming off in 2 years, and Blue Water starts coming off, I think, in 2030. And I have all of that kind of projected out that I'd be happy to circulate. Obviously, we also just did Valley Landing, but that's fresh, so we can, that'll be part of it, but that's not, that's 15 plus years out, so.
Ruth, isn't there a map? There's a map of either Michael Burns or somebody did.
There's a map of the blight designations, yeah, Greg has that. But yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'd love to see, I'm relatively new and I'm just soaking it
Yeah.
all in, but
No, that's good information, and that's,
So I think we're about 30%.
okay, that's
Yeah.
really helpful to know.
And we
Yeah.
go up to 50% for the statute.
Got it.
So,
Okay.
there's a couple of those where I don't believe we have actually taken those off, like to Mallard or.
Yeah, so it hasn't been updated.
and we
We
have,
haven't
I
taken
mean,
them off. We've updated it, we've added to it, we have never taken the stuff off.
That's
That
done,
The tip is,
yeah.
that the tip is complete.
so there's a lot of room there.
Okay.
And I think once you look at the numbers that are gonna start coming off in Mallard and Blue Water, I mean, you can see the benefit
Right.
of what these projects are bringing.
And we
They're
have
pretty
a-
significant numbers.
We have a TIF committee now, and we're pretty stingy on what we're gonna do. This one here is, just, the commercial part is just short of 70 million, and the maximum TIF is 6 million.
Right.
That's 8.6% of the project, so that's very, very doable. And again, if we look back that we're in a flood area, so they got to consider, they have to deal with that out here, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would just help paint the overall picture.
I would
for
be
me.
happy, we would be happy to get you
Okay.
information on
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah.
I'm just a dumb old country boy, I've always been that way, but what,
Yeah, they have
is there
to.
a way to estimate the positive impact of the shores, like Valley, you said Valley Shores is off and Blue Water. What's been the financial impact of those?
Yep, I can, so what we can pull together, and Valley Shores, so there's a number that I can give you that when Valley Shores, so Valley Shores wasn't phased, Valley Shores came off in one lump in 2019. That came off in one lump sum. That is a hard number I can get you of what came onto the city valuation that year. And then what I can also give you is annually what's gonna start coming off for Blue Water and for Mallard. So you can see every year, and it's my current spreadsheet is 2023 valuations, but
Right.
you get the gist, and you can see annually what's gonna start coming off of all of these projects as they come online. So, and they're not, I mean, you've been through Blue Water, those are not insignificant
Right,
numbers.
and,
so.
and, I mean, my only reason is there's a stupid, never mind, next door. But anyway, trying to figure out if there is some concerns from the public, that maybe would go a long way to belie those concerns if they could see what the positive impact is gonna be. I mean, I'm smart enough to figure out, yes, it is, but
We
you know,
had talked
let's
about-
knock this stupid nonsense.
Yeah.
I mean, we've
apart.
done, like, we've published a TIF education and stuff like that. It didn't have hard numbers, but, I mean, we've certainly tried giving that out within the last year. And-
Yeah.
Okay, that was all my,
Yeah.
And actually, the person that I know that you're talking about on the Nextdoor app does have that spreadsheet already, I believe. So,
I think it's just hard to swallow for guys like me that are not gonna see Blue Water TIF,
Sure.
possibly.
Sure.
Or any of these new ones, but if you think about your kids or your grandkids, that's where the benefit's at.
That's where
And
we're
you're
here.
doing something for them,
Everything's
the
long.
future,
but
not
I also
right
think,
now.
I mean, we've changed, and I mean, you've been in some of those meetings, Brian, but we've changed kind of our philosophy on it. You know, we're really trying to look at, you know, what other things is it bringing into the community? Like
Right.
if the fairway, for example, we know that we need that. You know, we've talked to Catalina about a public, like, fishing area, fishing pier. So how can we really make sure that what we're getting that type of tangible benefit out of it, or not just the tax benefit
Yeah.
in 15 years?
And the sales tax, of course, too, because now moving forward, TIF is reserved for commercial. Obviously, we've talked about it before, a hotel, the amount of sales tax a hotel's gonna generate, you know, even a sports bar, that is just, I mean, sales tax,
And that's immediate.
that's immediate, right?
So are the construction permits.
Yeah, this is combined, the numbers I gave you, combined, it was about, between the residential and the commercial, was about $1 million in permit fees. So that's, keeps my department up for 4 years by just this development, not Valley Landing and the Stillwater and everything else, so.
no, but I think that's
Yeah.
very positive, and I think the community would not enjoy, but at least feel good about what's going on. I mean, I love negativity.
Yeah, I mean, that's certainly, like, I'm I'm happy to pull that together so you guys can see kind of what we have internally with some of those numbers.
And we did that for Valley Landing, remember?
Yeah.
You saw it, Larry, where I
Yeah.
put permit fees, sales tax estimates, property value fees once it came off TIF, and the ROI was like 2 months,
It was-
because we were getting $1,500 a year on it currently. And then after you put in $80 million worth of stuff for 15 years, and then it comes online, I mean, you only have to make up $15,000 before you've covered 10 years of what you would have been getting. So we did that as well.
And I mean, capital facilities are a big piece.
Capital facilities is huge. I mean, that was another almost $1 million in capital facility charges.
Do we have to redo that, Greg?
Yes, sir.
The capital facility, we set it up a long time ago. Did you have to redo it for this location, or
Yeah, we have them all.
you did already?
Yeah. But those will just be paid, those will be paid at the time of final plot of the phases.
And the capital facility charge is charge for water and sewer per lot to join the water and sewer club.
That was somewhere around 300,000, wasn't it?
Yeah,
For the-
and just for the commercial,
Yeah.
yeah, that's in that cost benefit analysis,
Yeah.
yeah. Yep.
Any other discussion, any other questions? If not, I'm gonna make a motion to approve resolution number 202402, which is, approves, redevelopment plan. Can I get a second?
Second,
Voice, roll, Christie?
Kyle,
Yes?
Larry,
Yes?
Scott,
Yes.
Mark,
yes,
Brian,
Yes.
Danielle,
Yes.
Greg,
Yes.
Motion carried. Drew, anything else?
Nothing.
You want to show these people your tattoos?
Not in real life, I'd have to take my pants off.
Have a motion.
Maybe we should adjourn.
Motion to adjourn. All right. Who did the motion? Greg and Mark.
Greg made it,
Absolutely.
and Mark seconded it.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for getting that out, Ernie.
We have one coming up again here in a couple of weeks, on the regular meeting. Oh, I was gonna ask Rose.
No, it's